But anyway, I got a really strange text message. Uh, Two of them actually in the middle of the night, and it just the way it was worded just kind of alerted me there because it just was real strange. And so um, I did post it in my community pages, a copy of the thing, and it actually had a phone number on top of it, and that was kind of interesting. And the thing reads, uh, "Can't deliver your package because the address is incomplete," or some kind of thing. And I mean, I get all kinds of those, like supposedly from UPS and all that kind of junk, and FedEx, and those are like breach of data leaks that come up, and somebody's got a hold of your phone number, your email, or something like that. And most all those are really bogus. But this one was really strange, and the phone number is coming out of Kentucky, and I don't know anybody in Kentucky, and well, I do have alerts that come from USPS, but this doesn't even look like USPS. And apparently there's a lot of them going around. So there's some data breach or something. Thanks for thumbs up. The thing that it was weird was, first of all, the phone number it's coming from is Kentucky, and I don't know anybody. I don't think, like personally, to my phone in Kentucky. I did years ago. I knew people from all around the states because I worked all over the states, dressing entertainers and stuff. But this is 859 area code, which is Kentucky. Then it has a Bitly link, whatever that is, and I'm like, why would USPS be using Bitly? Doesn't make sense. And then at the end it says this. This is what really, I, when I saw the end, I read it twice, and I'm like, what? I can't believe that post office is sending a message like this, and it's not formal. It's kind of casual, hip. That was really odd. The closing is sending you positive vibes and smooth service from the U.S. Post Office. That doesn't make sense. And so, anyway, I started looking around on the internet, and apparently this is a common thing. And it's, again, a breach of your information somewhere, some way. I don't sign up for a lot of garbage. A lot of people do. Where you ever get on that thing where they go, free laptop if you answer these questions. And then they try to get you to sign up for 15 different magazines. They ask you, what you make and what you do for a living. Do you buy blankets and do you buy toothpaste? And you go through tons of questions. And you never get to the end. And then you don't qualify because you didn't sign up to buy anything or install any apps. And it's just a big giant scam. In the end, they offer to sell you the laptop at a discounted price or something because you're not a winner. Those were big scams in the early 2000s, and it's just so many questions. But yeah, this post twice so you could see it. But I looked on the internet to research it a little bit, and it's apparently very common lately this year. With USPS. Normally it's FedEx, UPS, all this other crap. And those are fake. And but the post office will not send you a clickable link, first of all. That's just not normal. And the post office usually refers to themselves as USPS, not United States, not US Post Office. And about sending you positive vibes and smooth service, I find that to be very odd. that the post office would include something like that unless somebody was vilely drunk and they decided to play with the system. They're real proper at the post office. It's a government entity. So, anyway, I saw quite a bit on the internet about this for this year, and uh, they have a like one of the first pages is from USPS, and they want you to click on it, and then you go ahead and click on their spam email text link on the site so that you can send a email to them and send a copy of whatever it is that was sent to you. So I just screenshotted it and then sent it, and boy, about 6 minutes later I got a response from USPS. So the first thing you don't want to do is click on that bit.ly link, because then you like sacrifice your phone, your computer, whatever you got. Don't do that at all. And then you can delete it after you report it. But they said, oh, add in your email and all that stuff. I didn't even do that. All I did was send it from my email and tell them I received this text I think is fake. Text to my phone. They responded really quickly. So that way they can track them. And especially, who's stupid enough to use a phone number on this? You know what I mean? That's just super stupid. Now, you can get free phone numbers like on TextNow and stuff like that, but still they can track it to your phone. Don't think they can't. But yeah, so do keep an eye on that. I just found it real odd because if somebody was sending me something, they would usually tell me. So I would think. And I get very little sent to me, actually. So yeah, beware of that text message. This was not an email, it was a text message directly to my phone. So beware of that. Don't click on the link. Report it to USPS. It takes seconds to report it, and after they respond, then go ahead and delete it. And if you're on your computer, clean your computer. If you have a cleaner for your phone, you can do that. Used to have cleaners for phones. One of them was a problem. It used too much battery power constantly, and so kind of got out of that. But yeah, man, it was cold last night. I got to tell you, it was so freezing. I think this guy's going to try to go through the drive-thru on a bicycle. I tried that years ago on skates and bicycle, and they refused me at the drive-thrus. They're like, we can't wait on you unless you're in a car. And that's kind of sucky. But anyway, so I hope he gets his stuff. Yeah, it was like 40s last night here. And I had my weather set on Tampa to watch for the hurricanes down there. And dude, it was really low temperature. I went to switch it over. I said, Tampa, switch it over here. And it was like in the 40s. I'm like, mother God, it was so cold last night. Because everything's like in the storages. I only have one blanket. I got that the other day because it was cold the other day. And grabbed one blanket in a hurry. And yeah, and I don't have any money to buy any more blankets. It's been cool and cold all week. But yeah, we're starting to go into winter. I don't even have my winter clothes in the car. None of that. It's all locked up in the storages. But anyway, could go for like a Starbucks Frappuccino in the jar. Don't even have money to buy myself a coffee. God. But if you want to buy me one, there's a link for buy me a coffee. And mine's cheaper than everybody else's. I think $5 is a little bit stout for buy me a coffee. If you're saying buy me a Starbucks, that's $10. If you're saying buy me a Starbucks in the bottle, that's like anywhere up to like $5. And if you're saying buy me a coffee at a restaurant, it's probably just a couple bucks, eh? And base rate is like 5 on buy me a coffee. I got mine at 4. You know, and 4 is fine, especially if they buy more than one. That girl that just drove by in that black truck is about the meanest DoorDasher on the face of this earth. I had to deal with her at a restaurant I was working at. She was an absolute maniac. Totally obnoxious. But no, I guess he didn't go through drive-through. He's going to go in the store. And what he did, he was putting his drink in a carry bag. Well, that's cute. Then he just rode his bicycle up the street to go get some treats. But anyway, so yeah, do watch out for that scam, because it's definitely a scam. I just thought it was really strange. You know, and I am signed up with the post office because, you know, I do internet sales. And, like, I got an alert yesterday that I overpaid on a package, which I always do. I always set it for higher, okay? A little bit heavier and a little bit higher. And they never catch it. They usually never refund me. I think this will be the second time I ever got a refund. That they actually caught it. I've heard of people getting charged like in the hundreds of dollars because they keyed it in on the computer and they're still fighting. There's a guy on eBay, they charged him like $1,000, claiming that his package was, you know, humongous and overcharged and all this other stuff. And it's like all he shipped was like a cassette tape or something like that. And they automatically took the money, and he's still fighting to get it back. So yeah, and apparently this kind of happens pretty often. That's scary. But anyway, so don't fall for that scam. Please don't. It's horrible. And uh, just beware of everything. Don't be excited to click onto something if you don't know exactly what it is. You know what I mean? So have a safe, profitable, and blessed day. And we'll see you in the next one. Do something kind for a stranger. Love you, everybody.